Let's all take a deep breath together. It's day one of Nanowrimo. I have so much nervous energy. I just can't sit still today. It feels like Christmas morning, but it just keeps being Christmas morning. Like if Christmas morning lasted all day. Welcome to this Nanowrimo vlog. It's National Novel Writing Month, so hopefully in this video you will see me finish my first novel. There are 3 things you need to know about this vlog before we start. One is I'm going to try and do it Kristina Horner style. If you don't know, Kristina has done Nanowrimo 13 times or something crazy. She's an old school YouTuber, probably the first NaNoWrimo vlogs, I would wager. And she cataloged all of her NaNoWrimos by doing a quick clip every day and smashing them all together in one video. And I first found Kristina's vlogs in 2017 when I was first getting back into NaNoWrimo. And they just flipped a switch in my head, and I was so inspired to get back into writing. The process of seeing her go from the beginning to end in one single video was incredible. After watching Kristina's videos, I found other writing vlogs, and that led me into the AuthorTube world. So I really owe getting back into NaNoWrimo and getting into AuthorTube all to Kristina's videos. The second thing you need to know is, what am I working on? I'm trying to finish a novel that I'm currently in the middle of. If I hit the end of the book before then, I'll start the sequel. What was the third thing? Oh god, I can't remember the third thing. So with all that being said, welcome to day one. I got up and wrote this morning, and I didn't film it because I was really nervous. It doesn't matter how many times I have done NaNoWrimo. The first day, you're just so jittery because you've been waiting all month to do this. For some reason, I always sit down at the keyboard and I have this fear that I'm gonna forget how to write and that I somehow don't know how to put sentences together anymore, and my brain will just stop coming up with ideas and I literally will not be able to overcome the blank page. And of course, it's fine. It's always fine. So I had a good morning sprint. Definitely was writing a lot slower, but I think that's because I've just been so distracted on social media and Nano and our Facebook page and just trying to answer any questions that the MLs might be getting, and just trying to keep everyone hyped. I'm just so excited to see everyone in our region starting to tally up their words. Now I just need to first get to par, and actually today I would really like to get to 3,000. Today is a Sunday, so I've got most of the day to myself to do that. It would be really nice to get ahead before we get into the work week, because that is where things get a little more difficult. Hello, welcome to November 3rd. Wow, it's November 3rd. First of all, I would like a round of applause for putting on not the same sweater today. I don't know if it counts because I just put on a ratty hoodie, but in these days that feels like an accomplishment. So I'm feeling really good about my word count so far. I had a really strong day 1 and day 2, which is encouraging. They're probably the best day 1 and day 2 that I've ever had, so try not to jinx myself. It's election day. Anxiety is high, and if writing turns out to be a great distraction, then I will write. But if my mind is just not in it, then we're just going to take it easy on ourselves today. I'm trying not to get in my head too much about the quality of what I'm writing, and that is something that I think we all deal with every time we do Nano. Really jarring sometimes how bad I can write. Like you knew that you could put bad words down, but then you read a sentence that you wrote and you're like, that doesn't even make the remotest bit of sense. And when you lift up my nano work and put it next to something that I wrote when I wasn't rushed, it's like two different people wrote it. I'm trying to respect it for what it is, and that's just getting the plot down. If I think of it like a really extended outline, then I'm easier on myself. But I'm also having this other little thought that maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I was writing it in third, which I don't love because I'm 50,000 words into this draft. It's not in line with the genre convention, so I think, this is just my impression, but I think that most single POV fantasies would be in first person. But I don't like writing in first person. If I actually stop and think about it, and I think about the pieces that I've written in my life that I enjoyed the most, they were written in third. And the act of writing them was like someone else was telling me the story and I was just transcribing it. The story just came from somewhere else and just flowed out. And I've kind of been wondering all along why that has never happened when I'm writing this book. I never have that feeling where I'm just like listening to a muse, I guess. And when I read it back, it just sounds really voiceless. Like my voice is not in it. And I think that's because I'm getting in my head about trying to sound like my character and not just writing as myself. It's November 4th, and I'm coming to wet hair and all with very little sleep. This is just where we're at this morning. Last night, it's hard to find words, and it's hard to film a clip right now. It's hard to write. I could cry. The tears are just right there. I think just last night the election stress and the pandemic stress and the Nanowrimo stress kind of all convalesced into one, and I got stuck in the corner of my couch doom scrolling. Got a really measly 200 words and it just felt really negative the whole time. It's just a hard time to be a person if you're an American with a soul and you care for your neighbors and your friends who have very large stakes in this election. And it's going to be a really rough week. I don't think I really accounted for how hard this week is going to be. I'm hoping that today I can kind of get my NaNoWriMo mojo back and just let writing be an escapist place. Oy. I just got so little sleep that I am half a person. I really just want to go lay down and sleep and wake up in 4 days, but we can't do that. I'm in Bree's pop-up stream for the morning, so she'll keep me company for the morning. Thanks, Bree. And tonight we will write. Tonight we have our first Zoom write-in with my region on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday every week. So I'm really pumped for that, actually, and I think that will lift my spirits because I think a lot of people are going to come, and I really need to get some work done. But I really had some good momentum there pre-election, and I really want to get back on that train. I may just need to go to bed and sleep because I kind of feel like that episode of Parks and Rec where Leslie is so sleep deprived that she can't think of any new ideas until she actually just lets herself sleep. And then when she sleeps, she's like refreshed and has a bunch of new ideas and has the energy to go on. And I may be like Leslie today. I'm watching Kate's stream where everyone finds out and cries. Oh my god. The election finally just ended. I don't know what to say. I'm so relieved that I don't have a single thought in my head. It was exactly as horrible to go through and to wait through as we all thought it was going to be. And it's not that we don't have a lot of work left to do, but I can't imagine what it would be like to live through 4 more years of everything getting worse. So that's good. I didn't mean to take so many days off of filming, but I have just felt like a big pile of shit. I have been writing, kind of. I still haven't had a 0-word day, so I am proud of that. But man, the anxiety just really threw me for a loop. It's really sad on those days, and I wouldn't even have anything to say if I were to try and film. It took everything I had just to write a few sentences on those days. So I'm hoping that this was related to the election, and now that I don't have to be tied to my phone waiting for bad news or some news or good news, that subconsciously I can chill out and redirect my focus where I want it to go. Just trying to get out of a funk. Alright, I'm at the library and we hit our little prize, so we'll post the clues and see if anyone finds it. I got my donor package. I've been waiting all day to open it. I don't remember what all the perks were, so this will be a nice little surprise. Pen. Can you see? You bookmark. These like take me back to middle school.
It's a real throwback.
Everyone was wearing the Livestrongs, and like you had all your bracelets for your different causes, and you'd have like 8 bracelets, and they were really cool.
That was currency.
Yeah. Sticker. Ooh, it's a nice vinyl one too. What should I do with that? Should I put it on my laptop? I'm not a laptop sticker kind of gal usually.
You gotta start sometime.
So I'll put it in my water bottle with my other stickers. The pin. Oh, was that totally sideways? It was. You couldn't see it, could you?
You could see it. Let's go again. Here we go. Awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah. 2020, remembering when I did nano in the worst year to every year. Alright, I finally am official and got a little tripod, so I guess we're in this YouTube thing now. Cool. Wow, you do feel really close to my face though. Okay. Put the tripod on the thing. I'm kind of embarrassed to even say what day it is today. We still have half of November because it is November 14th today. As it does every year, the week 2 slump hit really hard. I'm definitely behind. I've been behind before. I'm almost never on par all the way through Nano, but I definitely have some work to do, and if I want to stay in the game, this weekend needs to be really kick-ass. If I remember right, I'm just under 18k, I'm pretty sure, and I need to be at 25k by the end of this weekend. So today's Saturday. I need to have a huge weekend. I need to have a huge weekend. Usually I'm a very slow writer, and 1700 words a day is a lot for me, even at the top of my game. I've done 5k days in the past to win Nano, and they almost killed me. I'm gonna try and be positive. I'm gonna try and hype myself up. I have a lot of write-ins, both regionally and on YouTube, that I can go to this weekend, so I'm not in it alone. That always feels good. It's just my confidence really took a hit there in week 2. Just feeling really down and out and not sure if I could still do this thing, and I know that I can. I know I've come back from worse. But for some reason this year, I just don't have the motivation to grind. Like with a full-time job, to win Nano, you have to stay up late and write into the night sometimes. You have to get up in the morning and write when it's dark and write on your lunch breaks, and I don't know. This year I just don't have it in my heart to push myself that hard. I've got to take my good days when they come and really make the most of it. Yeah, I think that's just 2020. I did feel a lot better when I got on and started watching everyone's vlogs, and I think a lot of people are in the same place, just same headspace. It's really hard to work and be a person or do anything when you have anxiety. On to something positive, and that is I did actually write every single day in the month so far. My big overarching goal that I had was to have no 0-word days in November, because I've never achieved that. I've won Nano, but I've never actually written every single day in the month. Really pitifully, actually, I think my longest streak before this year was like 3 days. So my stamina as far as routine has always been very poor. And that results in me doing the 5k days at the end. I have done that so far, even if it was like 84 words on my worst day. I think I just pulled out my phone and was just like, I'm really proud that even on my off days, I still got 500 words, 600 words, 800 words, 1200 words. So I'm hoping that that means I can still catch up and I'm still in this, and that's thanks to still putting words down. I am firmly in the muddy middle, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I had outlined my way to the end of the book, and I'm realizing that I just didn't do a good enough job. I left it pretty vague because I am a reformed pantser, aka a plantser. So I had some bullet points, mostly taken from Save the Cat, that sort of thing. So I'm still doing a lot of pantsing. And this is my 5th year doing Nano, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 5th year. And I'm learning that I don't jive with this kind of vague outline, because my generating brain gets tired and burnt out so quickly, because it's still on the spot all the time to come up with things and come up with things and come up with more things and what happens next and but where and but how. And when your primary goal should be just putting words down, having to then do that much thinking first or while you're doing it is not helpful. Most of what I've written in the middle so far will be like scene and then notes about what's wrong with it and what I should have done, and then scene and then,
oh wait, now I'm actually changing my mind and I think it should be this way.
you can just see me talking to myself in the draft about how disgusting the plot is right now. I'm doing something that I always end up doing at the end of Nano when I'm really burnt out and I'm tired, and that is I start skipping around into scenes that have a little bit of excitement for me, because I'm just trying to hang on and keep going. It's kind of like warning sign, red flag, and so that's telling me that I need to go back and figure out what is wrong. So that's the deal. Feeling very scattered, very muddy right now. It's almost 12:15. I have a write-in that I'm hosting with my region at 1, so that should be nice and productive. I'm hoping to spend some time on these last few chapters and try and streamline things and figure out where I went wrong and which path I actually want the middle to take. How's everyone doing? So we are about to hit halfway through the month tomorrow, and I can hardly believe it.
It did start to go back and edit just a little bit. I couldn't.
Don't do it.
Don't do it!
Nothing was.
Welcome to November 16th. Another day in this sweatshirt. So it's Monday, my big catch-up weekend is over. Alright, let's take a look at the graph. Okay, I didn't have the catch-up weekend that I wanted. I still did pretty good and I'm happy with where I'm at. All in all, for Saturday and Sunday, I wrote just under 5K. So I definitely powered through and wrote more than I normally would have. I didn't catch up all the way, but I made it so that at the end of last night, I was only, I think, 3K behind par, and that's not terrible. I definitely now feel like I'm still in the game and I don't have to get all melodramatic and think I'm gonna fail and fall flat on my face and all that. I think it's fine. It's fine. For halfway through the month, it's fine. You know, I'm looking at this graph and I'm comparing it to like older graphs. Like for instance, this one year that I won Nano back in 2017. My graph in past years does not look as good as the graph I've got going this year. You can see normally by this point, halfway through the month, I start to take days off, and then 3 days, and then 4 days, and then, oh shit. And so middle of the month, like week 2 is always my weak point. Here's another one, I think. This was last year's when I lost, and last year just like hit me in the face. Like week 2 happened and I was just like, no. I don't know what was going on with me last year. The writing itself is going okay. I honestly just skipped the end of Act 2. I just said no. So I just let myself skip to opening of Act 3. And I wrote myself a lot of notes, and I don't think I totally screwed myself over by doing that, because I think I know the progression of things now. And yeah, so we're in a fresh place, fresh location, and lots of new characters are being introduced, which is really exciting because like the whole book has pretty much been the same 3 characters, really 2 and then a third. So it's felt very small cast so far, and it's really exciting to get to this new place where there's lots of new faces. And as I'm writing, I'm coming up with all these intersecting ideas about their relationships to each other and like how this community was made, and doing a lot of like world building on the fly. It's really exciting, it's nice, and it's the kind of detail that I know I would never get just by doing a really detailed outline. Like you're just going to discover things through writing and come up with things on the spot through forcing yourself to zero draft that would otherwise never come to you. There's more learning happening, more exploration and discovery, and it's making this act a lot more fun to write. But the scene that I have to write tonight is a trial, and I know nothing about trials. Never mind how one would go in a fantasy world. So I'm a little nervous. It's going to take a lot of thought on my part and probably more world building on the fly, like what are these conventions, what's the outcome of a win or lose. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to hit 25K tonight finally, and that would feel really good to be able to say that I had half of Nano under my belt officially. 2/3 of the way through Nano and we have 10 days left. And yes, I am still behind. I'm still behind, but not terribly. I'm just under 30, so I still haven't hit 30 yet. And 30 always feels this way to me. Like once I hit 30, it's kind of like we're over the hump and it's fine. But getting to 30 just really sucks. And it feels like the goalpost keeps moving, and the further I get, the further away it keeps getting. So to get 50 by the end of the month, Nano now tells me that I have to do 1,900 words a day, and I have been doing it. Shock and amazement. Being able to say that I've consistently been doing almost 2,000 words a day, even just for the past like 3 days, is really awesome. And I even wrote 3,000 words on Wednesday on a work day. I know people write huge amounts of words all the time, and 5K days and 10K days are nothing new for lots of people, but that's a big win for me. I am such a slow writer. So a 3K day felt really good. Felt like I was back in it. As long as Thanksgiving doesn't throw me off my game, I think we're gonna be fine. So the other thing I need to talk about is the fact that I think I finished my book. I finished everything that was in the outline. I wrote all the way through everything I had planned for Act 3. And I have nothing left. It's the end. And I don't know what note to leave it on. Like, I want it to be a nice, poignant, satisfying ending, but I don't know what that should look like. Like, obviously everything that needed to happen has happened, so now it's just like, what's the last scene? What's the last sentence? What's the last word? I don't have a picture in my mind, like a cinematic, like, last scene of this book. Like, what's the last... What is it? I don't know. Feels weird to say that I'm at the end. Feels kind of hollow because I know there's so much in the middle that I skipped, or that's just plain notes. I'm not getting that like feeling of completion. I always thought when I got to the end of my first book, I would feel like euphoric, like my life had been made and so accomplished, and it would feel like I had finally reached the top of the mountain. And I'm just not getting that feeling. That's weird. It's done. It's basically done. That feels more right. It's basically written. That means we're going into the sequel. So last night I wrote the opening scene of the sequel, and those are my first words in book 2. And it was really fun. Act 2 and Act 3 of the first book kind of did feel like a slog, and everything was just high emotion, and there weren't a lot of like fun and games, quote unquote, tropey hijinks and things that I was really enjoying in the beginning, and so I'm kind of getting to go back and just set the scene a little bit again, and it's kind of reigniting my sense of fun. It might be kind of a free-for-all, but it's 20K words of something. So we'll see what happens. The other thing I wanted to say is as far as how I'm feeling in the brain, I miss reading so much. The longer we get into Nano, the more I just want to read a book. It's like so much output every day. Output, and your brain starts to crave input so badly. Like, I just want to watch The Crown on Netflix. I just want to go read Mistborn. I just want to be passive about something. I can't wait to read a book. In an unexpected turn of events, I'm not in my house. It's Saturday. Yay! So I'm not going to be chained to my desk all day. Oh wait, just kidding. It's Nano. I'm totally going to be at my desk all day. Last night, I did not feel like writing at all. I only wrote about 500 words, really not as much as I needed to stay on par. It's almost kind of funny how predictable I am. I'll have 3 good days and then 1 meh day, and then 3 more good days and then a meh day. So I guess that's kind of my pattern. I'm gonna go get coffee with a friend and sit outside in the park because it's kind of the last nice day of November, we think. It's 60 degrees. It's kind of one of those freak fall days, so we're gonna try and enjoy the sunshine while we can.
And then it's back to writing, back to a regional write-in at 1 p.m. and then hopefully a really productive afternoon after that. Everyone is doing the 18-hour live write-in, I think. Is it called? I'm sorry, I'm getting all the marathons mixed up, but anywho, I think a lot of people are going to be streaming today, so hopefully I can really hang on and just motivate the whole day through.
Making a monstrosity out of this. The Sunday grocery shop is complete. And now it's time to get back to writing. It's still early in the afternoon and I think I could still have a really good night, so fingers crossed. Oh, and yes, I did buy eggnog. Thank you. It is eggnog time. Alright, I apologize for the darkness, but it's 4 p.m., which means we apparently have to live in the dark of night. It is Monday, November 23rd. What? I can't believe it's the 23rd. Honestly, I don't even know how to feel about the fact that there's only 7 days, 1 week left of Nanowrimo. I can't wait for it to be over, and I'm also... Yeah, no, I just can't wait for it to be over. After a really great writing weekend, we are at 36,331, which, as you saw last night, is basically all caught up. It's totally doable right now, and that feels really good. I'm not super stressed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could still trip and take a hard fall and not win. That, you know, it only takes one bad day. With Nanowrimo. That could still happen. Having a lot of fun writing book 2 and just pantsing book 2. I mean, I know I took a lot of notes about how I wanted book 2 to be structured, at least in the first act. So I had some rough ideas, but I'm really riffing on it a lot and just doing whatever my heart desires because I still have 14K to write and I need to keep it interesting or I could totally fall off the horse. So I'm just going wherever my little heart desires, trying to have fun with it after having such a time with book 1. So because it's the week of Thanksgiving, we don't have any regional write-ins until Saturday. I know I haven't filmed a lot of them and maybe they're not a huge part of this vlog, but they were a huge part of my Nanowrimo, and it's just been so great recognizing everybody, getting to know everybody, getting to cheer people on Saturday at my write-in I was hosting when a bunch of them hit 50 and a bunch more of them hit 50 yesterday on the Discord write-in we held. I feel so connected to our region still, even in this year. Like, this may be the most community-filled Nano that I've yet had. And I think that's really awesome. And I'm gonna miss the write-ins this week, even though everyone's at Thanksgiving. Hopefully I can still motivate myself alone. Because I have found them extremely helpful so far, so it's just gonna be me. Happy Thanksgiving. I messed up my meringue, so I had to go walk to the store and get more eggs. So that's how today is going. But while I'm walking, hi. I
I got about 900 words this morning on a stream with Bree, and I can't believe it, but I'm not worried anymore about Nano. My daily par is now 1,500 words-ish a day, so even less than the usual, and it just seems like totally doable. And it's really strange. I'm just not worried about it. It's gonna happen, and I know I'm gonna write every day until the 30th, and no stress.
Remembered I'm not wearing pants. Today's gonna be an awesome day because I not only have the day off from work, but I have the house all to myself. So I can do whatever I want. I have so many things on my to-do list that I want to get done today, so I want to have a really productive, cozy, fun, nice day off. We got dressed today. I feel kind of like in Twilight when Bella says she needs a human minute. Like, my equivalent of that in quarantine is I need to just put a shirt on and feel human again for a day. Obviously I didn't get that far. Oh, and also I think we're gonna take the thumbnail today, so probably want to put a shirt on for that. I can just see it now, the thumbnail where it's like grungy girl in same hoodie. I only have 5,851 words left to write. And that number is so small. I can't even comprehend how close I am to finishing. I have never finished a Nanowrimo early. That has never even been in the realm of possibility. I know I keep saying it, but the consistency of this Nano is maybe the thing I am most proud of. If we can just talk for a quick second. When I was in high school and I was trying to decide what I was going to do with my life, because people make these decisions when they're 16. I knew I loved to write, but I just took it off the table. When I was 16, I just closed that door because I was so hard on myself about the fact that I had never finished a project and the fact that I didn't write every day, because that's what all the authors said you needed to do, and I wasn't seeing myself do that because I was a high schooler living an insanely busy life. And I just thought, okay, I don't have the chops. Let's do something else. And I went into publishing. And I'm looking back now and I'm realizing A, how hard on myself I was being, and B, just because I couldn't do it then didn't mean that I didn't have it within myself to do it later. If you look at my habit tracker and if you look at my Nanowrimo, look at that line. I wrote every single day this month, and I'm going to write every single day this month. Yeah, sometimes I wouldn't want to, and I would write for the first 15 minutes and it would feel like I got a ton and it was only 100 words and I'd want to give up and not really put anything down that day. And then as soon as I would consider walking away, a little switch in my head would flip and just say no. It's just given me a lot of confidence to say maybe I can do this. Maybe I was wrong to give up on my writing and give up on myself before I even had the chance to learn and grow. And that's been my biggest lesson of Nano this year. Whew, that got really deep. Yeah, I'm well into the first part of the sequel, and it is so much fun. I can't really put my finger on why it's flowing so much easier, why the sentences feel like they're coming out better, why it feels more well written, why it's more fun. I think it's just because I'm discovery writing a lot, so a lot of world building is just coming out organically, and I'm pantsing in a good way right now. The way the books are, the second book is more angsty, the romance is more center stage. There's more characters here, so it feels like more of an ensemble cast, and it doesn't feel quite so claustrophobic.
enjoyed this rating.
Yes, I'm so excited. Thanks for waiting for us. I'm so excited we could be with you. I'll have to find like a YouTube video with confetti or something. That might be what I do during the first sprint. God, it's really fluffy. Okay. The finish line is like right there. Yeah, yesterday we had our very last Zoom write-in the region. Got to be on the Zoom call when another one of our Rimos hit 50K, so that was really fun. And I played a song for her and like put up a bunch of celebration party gifs on the screen, and I felt like, you know, your soccer mom who will cheer you on. Our programming is really winding down. We've got a Discord write-in today and then TGIO in December. But yeah, 2,500 words. We've come so far and that's all that remains. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say except look at this graph, y'all. I'm so happy. Now that I'm so close to the end and I know it's within reach and I know it's going to happen, I'm getting really excited about revision plans and what's next. And I, first of all, can't wait to read this book that I wrote front to back. That's going to be a really cool experience. It's an experience I have literally wanted all my life, and this month we're going to get to do it. Oh my gosh, 533 left. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can't even see the little bit of gray. That's how much I have left. Oh my god. That's like one sprint. I'm watching back Maddie's 5-minute dash from yesterday, and I'm so fried that this is the only way I'm getting to the end. 4 words.
4 words away.
Kind of want the 4 words to be, I won, I did it.
Finish it for real.
Okay. 50,011. Oh my god. I don't know why Dabble says 3,493. Like, that's a little different. 50,011. Wrote every single day this week. Wow. This week? I'm fried. Okay. Wrote every single day this month. Oh, I love what the certificate says. In a year of pandemic, protest, and hope for change, we're so proud to have spent this month with you, building creativity and resilience. Congratulations, winner. All right. It is the morning on November 30th, and NaNoWrimo is over. And I even wrote another couple sentences this morning just so I could claim the Everyday November badge. Because there was no way I was not getting out of it with 30 days in a row. I worked too hard, so wrote a few more this morning. If you made it to the end of this video, I'm sorry. It was so long. Let me know what you think about this format as far as long video versus long. What? My brain is, I have 0 brain cells left. Let me know what you think about long video versus short video. I personally love the long, but curious to hear what you think. Congrats to everyone who participated. Congrats to everyone who won. Congrats to everyone who surprised yourself this year. Congrats to everyone who accomplished something they didn't think they could. And I think that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a fun month. And I'll see you next time.